what's up, everybody? This is Dave. I'm joined with Brandon, and today we're going to do a little something different. For us, at least, we are going to do a quick reaction to the new trailer for the upcoming June 7th release date of the film The Crow. If you like all things horror and want to get the best horror news, interviews, and reviews,
Like, subscribe, and ring that bell to follow us and satisfy all your horror needs.
so they just released the trailer today, along with the new poster for it. They had obviously famously released some first looks a few weeks back that got a lot of negative feedback, I guess you would say. It was like sprinkled in there some positives of people who were like, oh, I can get along with that. But for the
Mhm.
most part, a lot of people had immediate rejection thoughts about it. Um, so the trailer dropped today. We've already checked it out once. Gonna kind of like briefly watch it again while we're doing this. But I'll say one of the things, Brandon, that I felt when I was watching this is there's parts that I liked about what I'm seeing, and there's parts that I didn't care for.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that just with the visuals being leaked and let out like a couple weeks ago when we were saying that everybody was sitting there talking about saying, "Hey, it looks like a little SoundCloud rapper" and everything like that.
Yeah.
This trailer is too long. It's
Yes,
3 minutes,
100%. Yeah.
3 minutes long, and I feel as though they did it on purpose to kind of like show people like, okay, like you might not like the look, but let's focus on all this other stuff that's going on. And I think they showed too much. Like I seen like people getting killed, like
They
everything
actually
kind of
show
going
a
off.
kill. Yeah, they actually
Yeah, that's
show
what
a
I'm saying. It
kill.
was kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It did feel super long. It almost felt like they wanted us to see like, hey, we're gonna like
Yeah.
stick true to the story, and he's gonna um he's gonna have a lot of the same elements of the Crow that you guys all know and love, which I mean it's good and bad. You're doing a reboot, you're doing your own version of it. And you're giving us a different looking version of him, so you don't have to like, you know, make it
Yeah.
exactly how the previous film was if you're already going in a different direction with the looks.
Yeah, and I think that, if they would have Bill set up in that same setup, I think people would still hate on it too. Like, what I mean? People would sit there and have something negative to
Oh, for
say. So
sure.
it's
They'd
like
be
you
like,
can't
what's the yeah, what's the
you
point of making it
can't
the same?
win. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, hey, let me throw my little touch on it, and it's not going to satisfy everybody. But I think that, for people that aren't fans of the original or never watched the original, they probably might like this one. I think that the new generation of kids might appreciate this. So
Yeah.
Angel from that Strange show, he kind of like thrown out there a few times saying like he fucks with the visuals of how they look because this is more authentic to the comics and stuff or
Okay.
and like the whole story from behind. So it's like kind of like the same situation that we kind of like fell in before when Pet Cemetery Bloodlines came out,
Hmm.
the film got a lot of hate and people were kind of just like going off on it and everything like that. But then it was just like when I watched it, I'm like, well, I don't think these motherfuckers read the book because
Right.
this is a big part of the book, and this is a piece that always stuck. That was like a chapter that stuck out to me that I was always like always thought about, like Judd when he was a kid and the guy that had gone to the army and came back, and then you know what I mean. So it's just
Yeah.
like there's so many different layers to everything. So it's like I think that we should just wait until this film's out to kind of like give our thoughts on it because
Well, before
honest,
we like throw it in the trash,
yeah, because
essentially. Yeah.
honestly, there was shit in the trailer that like you just said, like there was shit that you enjoyed that was in the trailer,
Yeah.
and so it's like, damn, wait till we get this full thing, you know?
I like that it looks like it's going to be dark.
Yeah,
Because that's
definitely dark.
that's what you want from a Crow show
Yeah.
movie. Any of the Crows, they need to be dark. They need to like if it looks comedic in any way, like that wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
land. So it needs to be dark, it needs to be serious. I think that's the two elements that have to be there for it to be feel like a Crow movie. um
100%.
he gets beat up pretty bad in it, which is kind of cool. Like, he isn't walking around like he's a freaking superhero. He's walking around taking bullets and getting his ass beat a lot. So I can appreciate that. Like they're not making him look like he's like this,
Yeah,
superhero just tossing people around. He looks like a normal dude just coming back for vengeance and on a mission. So I think that element's pretty cool. I personally, seeing Bill Skarsgård in this role, I don't think he's the best. Like from what I'm seeing in the trailer so far, and even the look of it, like I feel like they I don't know he's the best candidate. I like him a lot, but I like him a lot more in roles where he's creepy because I think
yeah.
he's very effective as a creepy character. But I also know you can't only play that one role in your whole career. Uh, but like even just hearing his voice, like things like that, I don't know. That will be interesting to see how that actually is in the movie. But he
Mm.
doesn't. I don't necessarily buy it just from the trailer that he is this role yet. So just a few quick thoughts. It looks super violent,
Oh, definitely.
lots of blood.
I'm saying like people who enjoyed the John Wick movies. We've been to the theater 4 times to see all those films. I
Right.
think we're gonna get another one, and people just can't get enough, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like,
Definitely
wow.
has some John Wick vibes to this,
Yeah.
for sure. The love stories there, like the typical one in The Crow.
But let's be honest, you know what I mean? A lot of people were saying this looks like a Dark Knight ripoff of Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yes.
When
Uh,
Heath Ledger first came out as a Joker, we shit on him. And your boy from that's in the Batman movie.
yeah, yeah.
What's his name from Twilight?
Robert Pattinson. Yeah.
He got a lot of shit, but guess what? That fucking movie was fire.
I love that one. Yep.
So it's like,
That's what
you
I'm
know what I
saying.
mean?
It's like we're sharing our initial thoughts seeing
Yeah.
this, but like it is to be seen. And obviously, we'll go see this when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
And I'm like, I loved The Crow, the original
Oh yeah, definitely.
Crow,
Classic.
and part two, like City of Angels or something.
Yep.
Those two I loved. I've seen them 1,000 times. I have the soundtracks, like just great movies. So I really want this to be good. Um, I'm not like I personally am not gonna like just dismiss it. I want to check it out, but yeah,
We'll
it's
see.
tough. It's tough with change, right? Change is hard, man. Everyone hates change.
No, it definitely is. But
You
I think
nailed
that
it about the length of the trailer though. Like
yeah,
that is
three
so
minutes.
true.
I
Yep.
seen that and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep. And they
I'm like, why?
definitely showed too much.
Yeah, they
Which
did. But I think that's like I said, it was their backs against the wall, and it's like we have to show these people. And
yeah,
so I don't know.
but they're not getting it. Like we have such a little attention span. 3 minutes is like an eternity. So do this, show us all this stuff, but like cut it down. Like they could have
Yeah.
showed less scenes of him and her. I know they're really trying to drive home the love story, but I get it. Like there was a bunch of like little cut scenes of him and her in the trailer that probably could have got cut out. Yeah, they kind of are introducing the two characters. There's a love making scene in the trailer, which I was a little surprised at. And yeah, it's him and her just kind of like building showing like their bond. They're both broken people, so that's how they gravitate. But she's got like a dark past, right?
Yeah.
And as happens in the original Crow, he witnesses her murder. She gets murdered right in front of him, and then he gets murdered too, right? And they show the murder in the
Yeah,
trailer.
the murder was just like, why is this in here?
Like you're not supposed to see that yet. I want that to be a
But I like
surprise.
the song they're doing with Ozzy, but like when you go to the end, like the end of the credits, uh Travis Scott's in this song.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that if you were familiar with that song or if that's specific to this movie.
Yeah, this movie's gonna be crazy at the Showcase X Plus. You gotta watch this with Adobe Atmos. The,
Yeah, lots of fight scenes in this.
oh yeah,
It's like you were saying, like the
right
John Wick.
here, like that shotgun scene. It was just like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck, and he just falls into the tub.
yeah. I like that they really do give him a beating, and he's just going to keep getting up, obviously.
Yeah,
But he's pissed in this movie. He is absolutely pissed.
he got cut up for this movie though, huh?
Yeah, he did. He shredded. He looks like me. It's crazy. He's got one less set of abs than I do. It's too
Mm.
bad, unfortunate for him. So that look of him when he's walking in the streets, though, I'm like, this dude looks. I don't know if I buy how like intense they're trying to make him look, but it's. I mean, it's definitely a
Yeah.
look for sure. Yeah. So kind of watching a lot of the fight scenes, it's kind of showing him getting vengeance on all the henchmen, kind of leading up to like the main guy. He's getting shot up a ton of times. There's some flashbacks to him and his girl. He gets a freaking sword through the chest and then shoots through his own body behind him, which that's a move right there. And I think they kind of cut it off, but I think he's gonna put a sword into someone's skull.
Yeah. And I think like overall, like you know what I mean, I think that anyone watching this trailer for the first time, I think that if I seen this in the theater for the first time, it would be a little different. Like 'cause I think when we're watching this at
Oh
home
yeah,
on YouTube,
it's different.
it's a different feeling, but
That
I,
that's true though. Like watching this in the theater, that trailer is going to have a different effect. Still would be too long, but it'll
oh yeah,
definitely
definitely.
definitely hit.
But I think I could deal with it as you're waiting for, a
Yeah.
movie, to come on. But, sometimes at home to watch on like social media or like YouTube and stuff like that, it can be a lot.
I think they're going longer on trailers too, because like I just saw the trailer for Abigail the other
Yeah.
day, and that one felt like they showed me way too much. Like I was like, you gotta probably could have let me left me with a little more surprise. I
We've
don't want to see
talked
so much.
yeah, we've talked about that. And then so you got to think about it too. It's like I think they're doing it because they're also marketing it for the at home release because these movies are only in theaters for probably like 2 months, 2, 3
Yeah,
months, and then they're like on demand right
yeah,
away. Like you can pre-order it. So it's like they're trying to get you into the seat of the theater and also for you to buy it, you know what I mean? At the
yep,
same time to make you go home and go, oh, I want, or you can pre-order right now on Apple or any other platform. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's a little weird, but it's different times, you know what I mean?
for sure. The
So
all the people that commented on those initial photos that we dropped of his look
yeah.
that were like, this is going to be garbage, this is going to be trash, I'm not going to go see it, or all those things. It'd be interesting to see what their response is to the trailer. Um,
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the first looks, but seeing this trailer, I definitely have a little bit more optimism that this could still be a decent film. I think it will be a decent film.
Now, shit, I forgot how old I was when the original came out, but what was the ideal thing like of when the original came out, like when he looked the way that he looked when it first released, when
So
Brandon Lee.
it's so funny because like I would love to know. It was in '94,
Uh,
and to me, I always thought he looked like Sting,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
then
that's what it
like,
was.
and I don't know if they were like, I don't know when Sting came out.
No, yeah,
Like,
I think Sting's character was built off of that after because
okay,
Sting had so many different layers to him. He had like all, rainbow stuff, kind of like the Ultimate Warrior
yeah,
style.
yeah, when
You
he
know what I mean?
first
And
came
then when
out.
he went darker and kind of went on that rampage, going after Hulk Hogan and everybody and
Mhm.
the NWO, that's when he like started wearing that. He walked around with the
Yeah.
baseball bat, and he adapted to having that crow look. So the crow look was out before that.
So I guess like the Crow was just based on like what goth looked like at the time, right? Like
Yeah.
what they envisioned goth people to
So
look
yeah.
like.
So that's what I'm
Robert
saying. Like
Smith,
it was
like
just
Robert Smith from
taken.
The Cure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just taken, and so that's what Angel is kind of saying. Like, dude, like this
This
look right here is the look, but no one's gonna want to accept that, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, yeah. No,
And
it's funny
I
because I just said like it kind of felt like he was like a little bit based on like what like a rock like a metal or rock version of like Robert Smith from The Cure, like a young,
mm,
maybe younger. And they actually used The Cure in their soundtrack to the sequel, I think it was the song Burn. But like, yeah, it would be interesting to know some of the like the popular inspirations for that look of Jason Lee in that one.
all right. So I just looked up the Crow comic book and he has that like that Joker lip
He
mouth.
does. I've seen
Yes.
that too. Yeah, in the
And
comic.
then
Yeah,
the paint,
yeah,
his face is fully his full face wasn't painted really white like that. So
yeah, yeah. So that was something they added
yeah, so
in the original.
yeah, they
So
did.
yeah, it sounds like they're going like more
Yeah, they
authentic to the comic book.
yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Well,
It's kind of like it's kind of spot on, but yeah, we're not gonna
well, that's the
everyone's not
thing
gonna
though.
accept it.
Everyone compares things to film. They sometimes people forget that there's other
Yeah.
sources of things. Like not everything is just a movie. Like you said, like Pet Cemetery is a great example. People are always comparing it to like the first Pet Cemetery film, but you got to remember before Pet Cemetery was a film, it was a novel.
Yeah.
And even if it did, even if like let's say the novel didn't come out before the film, they can still base stuff on other sources. Like they could still base something on the Pet Cemetery novel if the novel, even if the novel came out after the film. Just like this, I don't know if the comic came out before the film and the film was inspired by the comic or vice versa.
Yeah, I'm
But
not.
it doesn't matter if they're going off more off the comic, then that's their source that they're basing their version of it on, right? And
Yeah,
there's nothing stopping them from doing that.
exactly. And so I think that's the thing, like you said, you hit it right on the head that we can be kind of ignorant towards everything else that's going on and just focus on just one thing and not focus on like the bigger picture. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I
And
think hopefully,
that's why we have been more recently like trying to highlight other sources of horror other than just movies, like music, books and comics and stuff like that, because there is so many sources for horror and for like new films to be inspired by. So
hmm
it's important that people kind of like understand that and not just say like, well, it doesn't look like Pennywise from the original It or something, whatever,
yeah,
like,
I feel as though that, like we said this many times, I think that me and you, like before we really got into this platform and kind of were like given so many opportunities, we would kind of be like in the same situation as everybody else, you know what I mean, at times. But then it's like when you deal with so many other things that's behind doors and being able
yeah,
to sit there and do this that like do the things that we're doing, you have to look at it definitely differently and have a more open mind. You know what I mean? Because it's like if we sit back and just sit there and say, "Hey, this looks like shit" and whatever like that, it's
yeah.
just like it's not a good
It's very
look.
it's very close-minded of us to do that. And then you end up looking like an idiot when it actually comes out and it looks good, right? And
Yeah.
it's actually good. So yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna keep fingers crossed. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
I,
I feel
honestly,
kind of hopeful after seeing the trailer.
yeah, I feel much better. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. We had the visuals, the pictures and stuff, but like I give the trailer like my main issue with the trailer is that it was too long.
Yep.
Like I like what I seen and I think that it'll be a good time at the theater.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can't go wrong with it, you
So
know.
June
Hey.
June 7th, there we come. See you there.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Well, this was our first trailer reaction video, so that was kind of
You
interesting.
you know what? I think what should save the day is if they had a special edition popcorn bucket. You know what I mean? That would save this movie probably.
That would actually be pretty awesome. Some
Oh
kind of
yeah.
pro popcorn bucket.
These people be fighting over it, so it's like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Make it happen, showcase. Come on,
Showcase.
get that
Let's
popcorn bucket.
get it.
Just take the Kung Fu Panda popcorn bucket and just like replace it with like Bill Skarsgård's face.
Ah, shit.
All right. Well, everybody, I hope you liked hearing us talk about this trailer. Hopefully you got to check out the trailer. If you didn't, go to our social media, check it out. We posted it on there. So you can kind of see it for yourself and come up with your own responses. But we'd love to hear them. So make sure you share them with us. And we'll see you soon. Have a good night.
Take it easy.
Takes a lot of love for a person to do this.